Hey everyone, it's Troy from Disney Assembled, and I just had to jump on here real quick because I'm probably not right. This is probably way out there in left field, but if you're like me and you've been watching Book of Boba Fett and something just seems kind of off about the show, especially the way the character of Boba Fett is behaving and acting in the show, something just doesn't seem right. And so I was doing some thinking today and actually doing some math today, and I may have stumbled across something that's quite interesting. And again, this is probably not going to happen in the show, but I think it'd be really, really cool, especially if you're a big Star Wars fan. Listen, the Star Wars shows on Disney Plus have been doing a lot of fan service. Mandalorian brought a lot of Easter eggs in. Book of Boba Fett is tying in the Mandalorian. You know, they have the Ahsoka show coming soon, so a lot of fan service. The Obi-Wan show also, and I have I think this would be really cool. Is it possible that this guy really isn't Boba Fett? Boba Fett was about 10 years old during the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars were about 22 years before the Battle of Yavin, which is the big battle at the end of A New Hope, which would make Boba Fett about 32 years old during the time of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. The Return of the Jedi is about 4 years after that. So in Return of the Jedi, when Boba goes into the Sarlacc pit, he's probably around 36 years old. The Book of Boba Fett, as a series, is about 5 years after that, because he was in the desert and he was, taken in. So this end of the 5 years or so there. So let's say, for the sake of argument, in the Book of Boba Fett's supposed to be about 41 years old. Now, I don't know about you, but Tamora Morrison is a fantastic actor, but he does not look 41. And before you say, well, Troy, he was stuck in that Sarlacc pit and it made him look older and all this other stuff, hear me out. I'm thinking maybe this guy posing as Boba Fett really isn't Boba Fett. And so who else could possibly be posing as Boba Fett that could possibly be alive and be much older than the actual Boba Fett? Captain Rex. Captain Rex from the Clone Wars. Clones age about twice as fast as Jango Fett did, as regular humans do. And they were genetically modified to age faster, to grow up faster, so they had more soldiers to fight in the Clone Wars, right? So let's work from the beginning. If Boba Fett was about 10 years old during the Clone Wars, the beginning of the Clone War era, Captain Rex probably in his early 20s, somewhere in that range. If he was, modified early, sped up the growth process, probably his early 20s or so, he goes faster, grows faster. And typically, as I read online, because of what they did in Star Wars Rebels, Rex was put into canon as actually having fought in Return of the Jedi on Endor, right? At the time, he was about 72 years old in clone years, because he ages much more rapidly, which means at around the time of Book of Boba Fett, Rex, if he's alive, is probably around 80, 81, 82 years old, somewhere in that range. Now, I don't know about you, but Tamora Morrison, 60 years old in real life. Rex was an extraordinarily well-fit older person, probably because, the clone modification had him age faster, but he still was extraordinarily fit. I mean, he fought on Endor and was perfectly capable. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, he is 80, but maybe he passes for a 60-something-year-old guy because of his fitness. It's possible. What else are hints there other than the math? Tamora Morrison looking older than a 40-something-year-old guy. What else might hint at Rex being in the show and not really Boba Fett? Let's say Boba Fett's really dead in that Sarlacc pit, and Rex has been posing as Boba Fett all along. A couple of things. Number one, the flashback memories that Boba has when he's in the back tank, which, by the way, would have helped slow down some of that process of aging, possibly heal some old battle wounds, that scar where the inhibitor chip came out, and wouldn't that be gone by now? So, those visions he has, those memories he has of staring out the window, what we see is it's not from Boba Fett's point of view in the show. Boba Fett, you see him from behind, the camera's behind him, as if someone is standing there, like you're someone in the room with Boba Fett. Is it possible that as a very young clone trooper, Rex may have been assigned to watch over Boba Fett while Jango Fett was gone? Possibly. Maybe we are seeing things from Rex's point of view. The second is he claims over and over again, he's not a bounty hunter. I'm not a bounty hunter. I'm not a bounty hunter. I'm not a bounty hunter. Well, why wouldn't Boba Fett had come out of the Sarlacc pit wanting to go back to doing what he does best? There's no explanation about why he's no longer a bounty hunter. And so maybe it's because Rex doesn't want to be a bounty hunter, but he wants to take the Boba Fett name for some reason. I don't know. He also says he's a crime lord. Well, what crimes have he committed? He's done nothing as a crime lord. He's committed no real crimes. He's going in trying to clean the streets up, trying to be like a sheriff, a marshal. He's actually doing more good than crime. And that might be something that Rex would be more inclined to do because of Rex's, code of honor. He's always helping others. Why would he have helped Fennec Shan? Yeah, he needed muscle. He wanted to get his ship back and all that stuff. But really, would Boba Fett had really just gone out of his way to save this person he didn't know? I don't know. Maybe not. It's hard to say. Yeah, he spent time with the Tuskens. Well, who else would have appreciated a band of warriors like the Tuskens other than Rex, a man of honor, a man who grew up, as a clone soldier, following orders and living by a certain code of life. And of course, the Tuskens lived by a similar code to protect their clan. So listen, I don't know if any of this is true. I don't know if any of this is really going to happen, but wouldn't it be so awesome that the reality is that the Book of Boba Fett is really a story being written and told by Captain Rex. Now, why would he be doing this? Maybe he knows he's dying. He knows he doesn't have many years left, and he had heard that possibly the prime clone of Jango Fett was possibly spotted on Tatooine, and maybe Rex went after him. After the Battle of Endor, after he had served his duty with the rebellion, decided to go and try to find this clone, and come to find out, he tracks him down. He's in the Sarlacc, can't get him. Hey, I'm going to take his name. I'm going to try to figure out who this guy was. I'm going to jot down, some stories about him. I'll create a mythology about this person to help bring honor to the clones, because the clones would have been long forgotten by then. Maybe that's why there is a Book of Boba Fett, to preserve the legacy of the first clone, the prime clone of Jango Fett. But it's actually Captain Rex, who has returned before he dies to do one more honorable thing to remember his brothers. Well, there you go. That's kind of my theory right now. I think it'd be really cool if this guy really wasn't Boba Fett and was actually Captain Rex. If nothing else, if he really is Boba Fett, wouldn't it be cool also if, as they're looking for muscle to help fight the Pikes, that Rex shows up and Tamora Morrison has a dual role of being Boba Fett and Rex. All right. There you go. A theory for you to chew on. Hope you've enjoyed it. This is Troy from Disney Assembled. And until next time, see you real soon.